According to the scripture, Proverbs 22nd chapter, starting at verse 6. Train a child up in the way that he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. Another verse says, when he is old, he will not turn from it. Topic this morning, what are you thinking?
My God.
What are you thinking? Watch this. In order to win a battle, if you've ever been in a battle, you ever been in a fight, in order to win a battle or fight or some sort of confrontation, you're going to need a strategy.
All right. Yep. All right.
If you play a sport, football, physical, sport where there's a lot of physicality going on, you're going to need a strategy in order to win. Now, as long as fighting has been in existence, as long as we've known bumping heads, confrontation, conflict, things like that, strategy has always been into place. And the strategy for most people is, I have to find the weakness of my opponent.
Right.
Once I find the weakness of my opponent, I have to expose that weakness and use it to my advantage. Right. Now, you heard the saying that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
Yeah.
Once I find the weak link, then I'm able to take my opponent out, knock them off, or whatever I need to do once I find their weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I find my opponent's weakness, I gain a certain advantage. So the idea is when I'm in confrontation with somebody, when there's a confrontation going on, the idea is not to let my opponent figure out my weakness.
Come on now. Yep.
Because if they figure out my weakness, then they can take me out. So my job is to find their weakness. Their job is to find my weakness.
Yes.
So the answer to all of that is when I'm in a confrontation, the answer is just not to let the enemy figure out my weakness.
Okay. That's right.
But that's easier said than done.
Okay.
Because when you're in a battle is unpredictable. People don't fight fan battle. You ever heard? There ain't no rules in fighting.
Mm-hmm.
If I got to grab some hair, I'm grabbing some hair. If I
Come
got to kick,
on,
scratch, bite, whatever I got to do. Ain't no rules in fight. I'm doing whatever I got to do to come out on top.
Okay.
So when you're in a battle, if you've ever been in a fight with an enemy, if you've ever been in a fight with the enemy,
yes,
you know he don't fight fair.
No, he don't.
You know he dirty. He don't play by the rules. So if you understand there ain't no rules in fighting and the enemy is coming after you and he don't play fair, you understand that you got to have a strategy in place.
That's right.
Because you best believe your enemy got a strategy in place.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Understand this. In order to stand a chance in a fight, in order to stand a chance in any confrontation, you have to have a strategy. You got to cover all your bases. You got to outsmart your enemy. You got to think 2-3 steps ahead. You have to be in a position where you're ready for the confrontation. In other words, you got to have your guard up.
Yep.
You can't leave anything to chance. That's why you got to be prepared when you're in a fight, when you're in a confrontation with the enemy. You can't leave anything to chance. You can't leave anything as an assumption. You got to be prepared and have your guard up. Somebody say, have your guard up.
Have your guard up.
If you don't know anything about Ephesians 6, around the 11th verse, somewhere 11 all the way through 18, it talks about putting on the whole armor of God.
Okay.
I said again, put on the whole armor of God. Because you need the whole armor. The scriptures say, put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. In other words, it says that you'll be able to stand against the strategies, the tactics, or the schemes of the devil. You can't go to a fight and not be ready to defend yourself. The whole armor. Put on the whole armor, everything. Why do I need the whole armor? Have you ever seen the old school movies where they go to fight, when they go to war and they got swords and they got helmets, they got the breastplates, they got all this stuff on, and when you look at it, you're like, that kind of is a lot of stuff. I don't think I'd be able to really get loose like I want to. It might be too heavy. It might hinder my punches. It might hinder when I swing my sword. That's a lot of stuff they got on. But you have to understand that this stuff is necessary. It's necessary. It may be heavy. It may be uncomfortable. It may be difficult to handle, but I need it because the armor, the whole armor, is meant for my protection. Without protection, without the whole armor, without my protection, I'm vulnerable. And if I'm vulnerable, if I don't have the whole armor, if I don't have any protection, I'm in great danger of being knocked out. Knocked off. Struck down. Killed. Never to exist. No more. Because you got to understand, when you in a fight, when you got on armor, you ain't out there like boxers.
Come on now.
See, when you boxing, you get knocked down, you got a 10 count.
Yep.
Got 10 whole seconds to get back up and get on your feet and do it all over again. But when you in a fight, when you on the battlefield, when you go down, you stay down.
Come on now.
So if I'm in a fight with the enemy and I done put on the whole armor of God, I got to understand that I got all this stuff on because when my enemy come after me, he ain't trying to fight like again tomorrow. He trying to fight now and kill me.
Come on.
He trying to take me out. Therefore, I need the whole armor. We're in need of the armor because the armor is our protection. But what if we're talking about strategy? What if we're talking about the armor? We're talking about protection. What if the enemy got a different type of strategy? What if the strategy of the enemy ain't physical? What if I done took all this time to put on the breastplate, the helmet, the garments, and all this, and I covered my feet, and covered my goins, my lungs, and all this, and what if the enemy ain't even trying to fight a physical fight? What if the enemy don't want to throw blows? What if the strategy of the enemy don't require muscle?
Wow.
Wait a minute, I'm finna teach you real good. What if the attack of the enemy is mental, not physical?
My God.
What if the strategy of the enemy has changed? What if the enemy has decided to come against you in a mental capacity rather than a physical capacity? Watch this. What if the attack of the enemy is not something you can fend off physically? Spiritually speaking, we know that you can praise and worship your way out of anything. Spiritually speaking, you can shout your way out of anything. You can praise and worship your way out of anything. You can pray your way out of some stuff. But what if this fight don't require a shout?
Don't have mercy.
What if your shout ain't doing nothing in this particular fight? What if your screaming, your running, your hollering, your jumping, your praise? What if this particular attack don't get fought off with a praise?
My God.
What if the enemy has decided to come against you in a mental capacity? Watch this.
Wow.
You need your mind in order to fight.
Yep.
Anybody believe that?
Amen.
You need your mind in order to fight. Think about it this way. Think about this. What do we do? What do we think about when we praise? When you shout, when you run, when you jump, when you lift your hands, when you shout, amen, what do you think about? Usually, you think about the goodness of the Lord. You think about what he has done, what he's getting ready to do, what he's able to do, how he's able to bring you out, how he's able to make a way out of nowhere, and all that good stuff that get people happy and excited and cause them to praise God. This is what we think. This is what goes through our mind. Sometimes you have a flashback and you remember what he did. Sometimes you look forward to the future and you think about what he's getting ready to do. Sometimes you look in your right now and you see what he's already doing, and then you begin to get happy, and it causes praise.
Lord. My
It
God.
causes a worship. It causes something to rise up inside you to where you want to give God glory. But what do you think about when you don't praise God? Twofold question. What do you think about when you praise God? But what do you think about when you don't praise God? I would have to say that if you're in a moment where the praise is going up and you're not praising God, you're probably not thinking on the things that you were thinking of when you were praising Him.
That's right.
You probably ain't thinking about His goodness. You probably ain't thinking about Him bringing you out. You probably ain't thinking about Him doing and making a way out of nowhere. You're probably not thinking about how He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask. Because if you were thinking on those things, you'll still be praising.
That's right.
So what are you thinking about when you're not praising God? Obviously, I'm not thinking about the same things that I thought about when I was praising Him, because I would still be praising Him. So the strategy of the enemy is this. The enemy has gone from a physical attack to a mental attack.
My God.
Let me break down for you. If the enemy can affect your thoughts, if the enemy can affect your mind, he can affect how you fight.
That's right.
If the enemy can affect how you think, if he can affect your thoughts, he can affect the way that you fight. Watch this. I can't talk about nobody else. Let me talk about me. You ever been in church? This building right here in these four walls, and been sitting here, the praise is going up, and everybody having a good time in the Lord, and you just, I ain't feeling it today.
Come on.
I ain't getting it because something happened before I got there, because somebody said something before I got there, because some stuff is still lingering from earlier in the week, because some stuff happened before I got here. I was on my way and somebody did something, said something, so my mind is all jacked up, and I couldn't give God praise even if I wanted to.
My God.
My mind is not here. My mind is not in me. If the enemy has your mind,
Yep.
he has your praise, he has your worship, he has the word that God is speaking to you. The enemy has already won the battle because he took away your mind. I'm going to teach you real quick.
Yep.
If you don't have your mind, there's no way that you're able to fight because you're all jacked up. You can't fight a battle, you can't praise God, you can't give God the glory. So therefore you have no weaponry to fight an enemy that's coming against you because you don't have the mind to be in the right place to trust God enough to fight the enemy.
That's right.
I give you an example. You know why people go to the extent of spending all this money on the prelims before a fight? You just watched Mayweather fight. I just watched Mayweather a couple weeks ago, and you seen all the coverage, the media attention before the fight, because there was mind games being played. They had to say something to each other. I gotta try to get you out of your game. I gotta try to get you off your balance. I gotta try to say something that'll get under your skin, something that will frustrate you, something that will take away your strategy.
Yes.
I'm trying to get into your mind, because if I got your mind, I got your body. If I got your mind, I got your heart. If I got your mind, I can take away any strategy that you have when you get ready to fight. I can make you let your guard down. So then we get, in the spiritual sense, we get into the place of worship. We get into the place of praise. We get into the place where we want to give God glory. But because our mind has been taken over, because our mind is jacked up, because the enemy has planted a seed within our minds, we're unable to praise, worship God in a way that we want to. Somebody say you got to guard your mind.
You gotta guard your mind.
Watch this. The scripture said like this, 22nd chapter of Proverbs 6 verse says, train a child up in the way that he should go. When he is old, he will not turn from it. We see this as believers when we read this passage of scripture. We often look at this as train a child up in the way. Train a child up in the way meaning train a child up in the Lord. Everybody agree?
Amen.
That's how we all view the scripture when we read this as believers. When we read this, we say this is saying train a child up in God. Train a child up in the house of the Lord. Train a child up in the ways of God. This is how I view it. This is how everybody else views it. Yeah, so we all on the same page. So when we as believers read this passage, we read it as train a child up in the ways of God. So when they are old, they will stay connected to what they've learned as a child. They will stay connected to what they've been exposed to as a child. When they're older and things get rougher, things get harder, and they're not under mama and daddy's supervision, when they'll get older, they'll have something to stand on in the Lord, because we've trained them up in the ways of the Lord.
Yeah.
So watch this. What if they're not trained up in the Lord?
Lord.
What do they have to stand on?
Yeah.
What do they have to believe in? Where is their foundation? Who do they have to trust in? What fellowship, what relationship do they have? If not, they have not been trained up in the way. What weaponry do they have?
None.
When the enemy comes against someone who has not been trained up in the way.
My God.
You heard of suicide. You heard of depression. You heard of people I just don't understand. I just don't know what's going on with me. I don't know. This is that and that. You know, people just all over the place.
Yep.
They have no foundation. They have nothing to turn to. They have nothing to stand on, nothing to believe in. So now what happens is if they're not trained up in the way, they don't have any weapons to fight against the enemy.
Come on.
And once the enemy has planted a seed and taken over the mind, the body follows.
Right.
I don't have anything to fight with, so I feel like life doesn't mean anything to me. I don't have anything to stand on. I don't have any relationships. I don't have any fellowship. I don't have any connection with God. Therefore, I don't have a strategy to fight against this enemy that's coming against me. Therefore, I'm in a no-win situation.
My God.
So the strategy of the enemy is to take away your mind. But when would be the best time for the enemy to plan his attack? Because if the enemy is going to take over your mind, but again, this is a strategy we're talking about. So the enemy has to have a certain time frame when he's going to attack the mind.
Right.
When is the mind most impressionable? When is the mind at its most vulnerable state? You ever heard the expression wide-eyed, gullible, easily influenced, persuadable, naive? The strategy of the enemy is to get your mind when it's at its weakest point. And I want to tell you this, when the enemy is trying to get you at your weakest point, the weakest point or the most vulnerable or the most impressionable time in your life is when you are a child. Now, don't get caught up in age. Don't get caught up in age. Don't talk about child. Don't get caught up in age because it's some 40-year-old children.
Come on.
It's some 50-year-old children. It's folks in their mind that they're adults in their physical body.
Right.
They're adults in their appearance, they're adults in their years here on this earth, but their mind is that of a child.
Yes.
And with a child's mind, the enemy can take over because you're at your most vulnerable state. Let me break this thing down for you. So watch this. The most impressionable time is when you're a child. Is the mic still on? I can't hear myself. I don't know what's on now. Check mic. Check mic. So the most impressionable time, the most vulnerable time, is when you are a child, when you have a child's mind. So watch this. When I was dealing with this particular passage of scripture, when I was studying it and things were going on, and there was a certain, I think it was a YouTube clip that came across. And it just lined up with everything that God was dealing me with, because I was trying to figure out how is it that people don't understand some things that we see as adults when we're in a mature state? How is it that people don't see these things? The clip that I saw, the YouTube clip that I saw, showed children being manipulated, persuaded, coached, conditioned for sin, for evil, for the enemy. I'll make it plain for you. This clip that you're seeing here on the screen, this clip here, this is Brooklyn's public library, Brooklyn, New York's public library. This is an event that they host every week. It's called Drag Queen Storytime.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody you see in the crowd in this picture are toddlers,
Lord have mercy.
young people, young in age, so young that parents are in attendance. So this lets you know how young they are, because they require parental supervision. Watch this. Drag Queen Storytime is a big hit in the Brooklyn, New York's public library. The strategy of the enemy now is to take over your mind.
Come on now.
When is the best time to take over the mind? When you're at the most impressionable stage, when you're at a toddler infancy, when you're going to be naive enough, gullible enough, wide-eyed, when you're going to be at your most impressionable state to receive and believe anything that you hear. Because if the adults, if mama and daddy and whoever has taken me to Drag Queen Storytime, I'm assuming it's all right.
Yeah.
Because in Drag Queen Storytime, they're going to clap. They're going to happy. They're going to be, excited. They even had interviews. If you go back and watch the clip, they had interviews. And in the interviews, the parents were saying, "Oh, this was so great. This was so wonderful." And the kids were so young, they were like in their arms. And then they look at the kids. "We had fun, didn't we?" And the kids like, "Yes."
Wow.
Yay! Because I'm impressed. I'm under the impression that mama said that it's okay. I'm under the impression that the folk around me are saying that it's okay. So now the enemy's strategy is to take over at your most impressionable state. Now remember, don't get caught up on age, because there's some folk that are in their adult state that are still very impressionable. So the strategy of the enemy is to take over your mind. If you go back, I believe it was a couple of years, they had a petition from the I don't know if I'm saying it right, the LGBT, the homosexual, lesbian, gay community, all of them had a petition going on where they wanted to force Sesame Street to acknowledge that Bert and Ernie was a homosexual couple.
Yeah, they've been doing it, trying to do it for years.
A kids program.
Yep.
For kids, for the education, tutelage of children who are at their impressionable stage.
Yep.
They wanted this company, the Sesame Street brand, to acknowledge that they were a homosexual couple trying to put this impression on the minds of young people.
Yep. My God.
Sesame Street luckily came back and said, "No, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing sexual orientation.
Right.
These are just two roommates that we have fashioned in a character for children, and they're just two roommates. There's no sexual orientation or anything like that. Praise God for that." But what they were doing, what they was trying to force an impression on children. Because in their minds, they're naive enough, they're gullible enough, they're accepting of anything that they hear. So now we have these children who are under the impression, and the example that we're using, this is one of the clips that I saw. This is also the Drag Queen Storytime. Little Miss Hot Miss, you got that right. That's a good name for you. And so what they're doing is they're trying to put the impression on the children's mind. Now watch this. The earlier you start confusion, how harder is it to bring you out of confusion as you grow older? The earlier I started impression on you, the earlier I started telling you that something is right, the earlier that I start feeding you and giving you something, how much harder is it to bring you out of that when you get older?
My God.
If you were growing up as a child, they said, these are hands. This is your right hand, this is your left hand. When you grow, guess what? This is hands, this is my right hand, this is my left hand. If I write with this hand, I'm right-handed. If I write with this hand, I'm left-handed.
Yes, sir.
But what if you grow up and they said what they told you was wrong?
See, my God.
Well, wait a minute. All my life, this has been my right hand, so this is not my right hand? No, this is not the right hand. But wait a minute. All my life, mama and them, school them, auntie, cousin, everybody else said this was my right hand. Now you're telling me something different. I ain't got time for that. I don't believe that. How hard is it to change the perspective of something that you've been fed all your life? The earlier you start confusion, the harder it is to bring you out. It's called conditioning. why a lot of folks don't like gym. I wish OC was there. That's why a lot of folks don't like work out with OC. They say, man, you trying to kill me. It's just my first day. That he's trying to kill you. You're just not conditioned as he is.
Right.
So what seems easy for him ain't so easy for you because I ain't been doing this all my life like you've been doing it, OC. Slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So now what happens is because I'm not conditioned, it hurts, it's harder, it's tougher. But as I continue in it, it gets easier.
Right.
So what the enemy does, the enemy said it's harder for me to put my impression on adults. So what I need is people with a child like mine. I even need children in the physical sense. I need the most impressionable minds to influence.
Yep.
Strategy of the enemy. The earlier I start confusing, the earlier the enemy starts conditioning, the harder it is to bring you out. So what the enemy does is put our children in a situation where they're being impressed or impressionable images are placed upon them at an early stage. It's hard to get people out of a state that they're in that they've been used to for their whole life.
Yep.
Scripture says it like this. Romans 12 chapter verse 2 says, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." The transforming of the mind is a battle that we've all had as believers at some point.
Amen.
Because my whole life I've been living a certain way that's been conditioned to the world that I live in.
Come on.
Because what the world says is correct. This is the world that I've been living in. So if the world says it's correct, it's hard for me to get a relationship with God and then learn that everything that I thought was right is actually
Come on.
not right. Wait a minute, I can't. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to. My whole life, everybody I know, my mom and them, grandmama and them, everybody that I know has been living this way. And God said, I want you to live this way.
My God.
Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So what the strategy of the enemy is to take away the renewing of the mind. So he wants to start early in his conditioning of sin. So that when time comes when you're introduced to something that's new to you, I don't accept that. Because I've been living this way for so long, so I don't believe that there's no other way.
All right.
Because the parents will tell you, the parents of these children who at this event, like this transsexual, transgender, whatever it is, homosexual stuff, fairy tale, story time, whatever they was doing, the parents will tell you that this was the best thing in the world. This is wonderful. I love this place. We come here every week and we hear the story time and this, that, and the other, and the kids really enjoy it. And we're just teaching them about love and all the actual, there are different ways that you can live, and everybody is wonderful. You a lie.
My God.
It ain't wonderful. You are part of the conditioning.
Yes. My God.
Because everybody in attendance that's an adult, I guarantee you they ain't been in nobody's church.
See? Yep.
I guarantee, and if they have, the church ain't right.
That's right. God.
I guarantee it. So what they're doing is that the enemy's strategy is I've already taken the impressionable minds of adults, and now I'm going to transfer that over to a whole nother generation that these impressionable adults are now raising.
My God.
So now, when this generation comes up, it's that much harder for me to present the gospel.
My God.
It's that much harder to begin the transformation of the mind. Strategy of the enemy is to attack the mind, take you out of what God wants you to be, take you and put you in a routine of worldliness and sin so that you're unable to be transformed in the mind. The will of God will seem unfamiliar to those because they have been trained in the ways of the world for so long. Proverbs 23rd chapter, verse 7 says it like this. Whatsoever a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Yes, sir.
Now you know the enemy knows scripture.
Yeah, you do.
Whatsoever a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what the enemy does, it says, I need impressionable minds to make you believe that this is who you are. I need impressionable minds that want to take a man and dress like a woman and make you believe that this is who you are. Right. So that you can impress the minds of these young folks so they can believe that this is who they are.
Right.
The impressionable mind. So a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So when you think something in your heart, you believe it. You believe that you are that. You believe that you're a part of that. That's why they tell this lie. I was born this way. When you was born this way, why you got to go through all this transformation?
Come on. Right. Come on.
If you was born this way, you don't have to dress up like a woman. You are a woman.
Come on. That's right.
If you were born this way, you don't have to pretend to be a man. You are a man.
That's it.
I ain't figured it out yet why a woman don't want to be with a man, but get a woman that looks like a man. I got to go now. I got to go now. This day the man. I got to go. Okay, so
I know, right?
whatsoever A man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Watch this. Your mind has been impressed. You're gullible. You're easily taken over. So now that your mind has been taken over, everything else has been taken over. Watch this. So watch this. The problem with people, especially in this and in other scenarios, the problem with people, look, Miss Hot Mess, you ain't really a drag queen. Your mind is messed up. Your way of thinking is not right. See, you can't think straight. When you can't think straight, you can't operate straight. When you can't think straight, you don't receive or respond in a manner that God wants you to be. So it ain't that you're a drag queen. You just can't think straight.
My God.
It's not that we have a problem with people that are transgender. They're not transgender. The seed has been planted, and they just can't think straight. We don't have a problem with homosexuality. It's just that people believe that they're homosexual because the seed has been planted, and they can't think straight. They have an impressionable mind. Same thing with lesbianism. Same thing with people that say, I'm bisexual. No, you're not. You're just confused. Sometimes you want to be with a man. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to be with a woman. Sometimes you don't. A seed has been planted, and you just can't think straight.
All right.
Watch this. It carries over into every other area of life that we have an issue with. You ain't a racist. A seed has just been planted, and you can't think straight. What do they do with people who are racist? They bring them up, and when they're young. When they're young, they teach them about racism. They teach them about hating other people of color, hating other people because of their nationality, hating other people because they're not like you. You ain't a racist. You can't think straight because a seed has been planted. You're not a white supremacist. You just can't think straight because a seed has been planted. You're not a Nazi. You're not a right-wing Republican. You're not a part of the Confederacy. You're not all this other stuff. You just can't think straight. A seed has been planted. So now that a seed has been planted, there's conditioning going on, and you've been conditioned to think this way, and it's that much harder for the Word of God to break through and retransform the mind.
Yep.
The renewing of your mind. So in all of this, the strategy of the enemy is to take over your mind. Because we see the enemy as a physical fight. That's why we come in with expectation to praise and worship and do all these things that are going to bring us out of our situation. But what happened when it ain't a praise?
My God.
What happened when the musicians ain't here and you can't get your shot on? So I guess I can't come out now.
Right.
I guess I can't get over my situation. I guess God ain't gonna deliver me because I can't dance my way out of this one. But if your mind is right, if you've been transformed by the renewing of your mind, see, watch this. We sung the song, take everything, I don't want it, I don't need it. If everything was gone, I just want you.
My God.
Is that not how we come out?
Yeah, that's right.
Through the blood of the Lamb and word of our testimony. Is that not how we come out?
Yep.
So if everything that I know has been taken away, has been stripped of me, the only thing I have to stand on is Him.
My God. That's right.
But if I haven't been conditioned to stand on Him, if I've only been conditioned to stand on a praise, if I've only been conditioned to stand on a building, if I've only been conditioned to stand on a preacher that's going to hoop, holler, scream, and sweat his hair out, and all I got to do is fall on the floor and they cover me with a sheet, and I get up, all I'm delivered, the God healed, and all my stuff is no.
I know, right? Come on now.
You've been conditioned in routine, in religious traditional practices. So if I don't get to shout, does that mean I don't get delivered?
Come on now.
If you don't lay hands on me and slap my forehead with all this oil and I look like I just fried chicken, if you don't slap me down with oil and anointing and pray over me and force me to fall out in the spirit, cry, God, pray for you. And
Yeah. Come on.
if they don't cover me with a sheet, does that mean I don't get to come out? Does that mean I can't be delivered? If they don't bring out the oil and they don't bring out the mothers and all the mothers got on white and everybody stand around me and pray, does that mean I can't be healed? Does that mean that God will not work in my situation if the conditioning of the religious practices don't take place? Transform the renewing of the mind. The strategy of the enemy is to take your mind. For many of us, the strategy of the enemy is to let us continue in these religious practices.
Come on.
Well, they ain't got no power no way. Just let them keep on doing what they doing.
Come on.
Ain't no need to mess with something that's working in my favor. But when the transformation takes place, when the renewing of the mind takes place, you quickly realize, you quickly understand that what I've been taught is not right. What I've been taught don't line up with what God wants me to be. So if that be the case, what are you thinking? Is our topic. What are you thinking? Are you thinking on the goodness of God? Are you thinking about all the things that God has done for you, the stuff that gave you a praise? Is that where your foundation lies? Is your foundation in God, that you can trust Him enough, that even though life don't go the way that I think it should, that I can still trust and believe in Him? What are you thinking? Where is your mindset? What has been conditioned in you? Has it been conditioned in God, or has it been conditioned in the world? So in all of that, I'm just simply challenging you this morning. I'm just simply asking you to continue to think on the good things of God. Continue to trust and believe in his word, because if we study his word, if we believe in his word, if we're praying to God, we're talking and we're communicating with God, we ain't got time for the enemy to plant a seed. It's impossible for the enemy to plant a seed when I've been conditioned in God.
Yep.
But when I'm conditioned in the word, I'm one of those impressionable minds. I'm like a youth, I'm like a child. I'm easily impressed, so the enemy can just slide his ways in, slide his seed in, and now I'll pass that on to somebody else. So what do you think?